Hey y'all, my name is Brian Quevedo Ramos, and this is my CS4990 final project submission. So what I decided to do for my final project was to create a web app to function as essentially a specialized version of ChatGPT. So let's just start running it, and then we can talk about it as runs and functions. So for the actual code, we're running this on Python, and then for the it's called development side, for the actual HTML side, it is a website using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, stuff like that. We're gonna reset the conversation, and this is just like general financial services website. So why I decided to choose this specifically was because sometimes ChatGPT gives me a really generic response when it comes to my financial questions, and sometimes my questions are really specific. So, like for example, not many people know about the equivalent uniform annual worth versus net present value for a project, right? So these are really hyper-specific questions that usually ChatGPT 3.5 and 4 can't typically handle very well. So this is just supposed to help me make it a little bit better for anyone that's asking for really specific financial questions. What makes this different than just like using the normal ChatGPT with ChatGPTs is because it's supposed to be a little more personalized. So obviously, it has really specific details, but also I made it so some of the responses come in a specific way. So when it comes to like the main.py, which is how everything generally works, like I said before, it's a Flask session, Flask application with a root and stuff like that. And then when it comes to the actual like Chat GPT, I wanted to make sure that it had some different components that usually most GPTs don't have. So, like for example, I gave it a prompt, right, from our prompt engineering class, and I basically told it to play the role of a specific financial advisor. And I try to give it as much context as possible so that when it's giving the answers in the application, it makes sense and is professional, but also really specific and not just like consult a financial professional, which usually happens. I also gave it a couple rules, just for the response to come out a specific way. So, like for example, I told it to not say anything like consult a financial advisor because again, you accepted terms of service before you even use it. So, like, why say it again? I also asked it for follow-up questions. So if you're asking really hyper-specific questions, there might be something that else that you want to know about that you haven't even thought of, and this question is supposed to kind of counter them. Um, this third one is just make sure that everything is bolded when you're discussing about it, like discussing a question, just so it can be really like coherent. And then number four is just to make sure to twist any response into like a financial response, because there were some edge cases where if a user was like talking about OnlyFans, it would be like, oh, I can't help you. But I mean, sometimes like, OnlyFans is a real business, right? That people do today's day and age. So it's like, oh, make sure to twist it in a way that like still provides financial support. When it comes to the actual like front end, it's just a basic HTML bootstrap website with some styling, just some basic styling. There's nothing really too um, nothing too special about this. And the app.js uses jQuery just to basically communicate between the front end and back end, and then just to go through the main.py like really like clearly. As I said, this is just like the general structure. So how you start the app. If you want to reset the conversation, this is just like the kind of the prompts I'm giving it. It's appending to the session history so you can ask follow-up questions, um, and then just the general like environment so it can work. And it's already been published. So if you go to my GitHub, which will be in the link, you can go to the GPT Financial Services, and then boom, you can click on it, and this is the actual running website. And that's about it. Yeah, thank you for listening to my little presentation. Hope you have a great day.